Hello everyone, I am Silverraptor and welcome back to another Wargame Red Dragon video where I'll be playing on the 38th parallel, be playing a Eastern Bloc deck this time, and I've gotten a pretty good game for you here. Now, as you can kind of see that with all these flares and everything, I actually know these people. We kind of invited each other, we were all on at the same time, sent invites to each other, and got into the same game together. Grim Reaper, Badass Shrimp, Erwin Rommel, they're all on my friends list, and I've played with them a few times before. So we kind of have a little bit of camaraderie. Not cohesion. We haven't played together so much that we know each other's playstyle, but we all know that we are good guys and we like Wargame. So we're up against Liberts. I'm not even going to say the full name. Vite, Sleepy Boy, and Ulint. They are all playing their blue 4 deck, and is River, as you know, the 38th parallel is the Great Divide, separating our side from their side. But from how the spawns go, oftentimes you'll have the red 4 side control this part of the river, and the blue 4 side can sometimes control this part of the river because of how close it is to their spawn point. So we just got to be mindful of here. We just got to toss it here, and let's get this game on the road. So at the start, I've got an Ondava here, chilling. Big gun, big artillery piece. It is ready and waiting to find precision targets to engage. In the meanwhile, in this convoy of bumper cars that's going wrong, and they all keep pushing each other out of the way. No, I want to get there first. Huh? Okay, well, anyways, being silly aside, I've got some SPWs with some LSTR 40s for my AA. I've also got some ATGMs and some ATGM vehicles to play my Eastern Bloc deck. I've got some Sapperzy, which are elite trains, and got some, looks like some Formosas and Scott 2AMs. They are pretty fast. I'm going to be heading right towards this town. I want to take this town and then push more over onto Jot. I have an MI-8T dropping off a CV, and then the Rockapod helicopter is going to head over here to assist. A couple of Strop 2s, but they're going to be going towards this forest. Basically, I'm trying to escort this DZ P-72 M1D CV tank. It's going to go right here into this forest. I like tank CVs because they can fire back. They're not just, I hope they don't notice me. It's the, oh crap, they noticed me. Better go and blow them up then. It's also going to be backed up by a Meridia. Now, over here into the middle, we have quite a bit of helicopters that are already landing, dropping off some troops. So that gives Badass Shrimp a little indicator. Well, with this helicopter going down as well, that's already troops here into the center, so we're not going to really, we're just going to dig into Elena, not really going to push across. But we do seem to have a KA-52, doesn't spot anything coming over the bridge here. Meanwhile, everything's being engaged over here onto the right-hand side. Conqueror's M, Royal Strop 2 is going to be engaging the half, does take out quite a bit of the cruise before my Strop 2 does take it out. We've got a number of AX 1Os that are engaging here. Meanwhile, I launched a cloud of missiles with all of the Malyukas from the 10 AM and the C as well. Whoa, there goes the lag again. Nighthawk is taken down. We've got some couple of F-16 Block 52s. They're coming in. They're going to be providing some air support. My MI-8T has taken quite a bit of hits as trying to get the rocket pod angle. Another bunch of Scots coming through as Prowlers trying to come for seed. Does not find it, but does fall to the Strop 2s. PUs are engaging the Block 16s. Block 16s are going to get close. And another of the F-16 is taken down. The Strops are going to be retreating as the Mephistos are coming forward. They do have 50% accuracy, so we have to be mindful of that. I've got my Sapperzy up, and with their shock train flamethrowers, they are going to be able to take up those legions. If I said elite train, that's me misspeaking. Urban Rumble lost P80UM, and they have quite a bit of, whoa, that's a huge explosion. They have quite a bit of ATGMs up here. Longbow has come forward. LSTR 40 is trying to engage with their Inkle missiles. As soon as they've launched, one more missile fire does hit the longbow. It's down to half health. My two tanks are engaging the Mephistos, trying to take them out, but they are going to be on the retreat. I do have to retreat the CV from there. LSTR 40s don't quite have a shot on the longbow. Another plane is coming in. Sapperzy and Worthy are going to be engaging more of the legions as they are really ripping apart this center area. These are pretty elite troops. A bomber is coming in. Looks like another Nighthawk because of the two bombs. And probably the Burnett. Bombs landed, but my LCR parties are already moved on. Meridia was trying to go back. The longbow has acquired it with its fire and forget. Does take it out, and the Thunderbolt is flying overhead. I've moved my T-72 back quite a way, so the longbow does not quite see it. It does see my LCR-40s, which are out of Iglas, and this longbow is going to escape. That's unfortunate that the LCRs were not able to shoot that down, especially with this stupid Thunderbolt flying overhead, taunting us with its presence, as they are bringing forward more helicopters. Now, there are 3 people here. You may have noticed I lost quite a bit of stuff. I engaged 3 players at once, so they were really supporting each other. It was kind of hard to take them on and such. My MiG-29 is engaging the Thunderbolt. Not going to fly quite so far overhead because I am aware that they do have AA in the region, but it does hit the Thunderbolt and scares it off. So the MiG-29 is just going to keep flying around, trying to figure out what to do. In the meanwhile, we do have some troops have already crossed the river over here. Badass Shrimp with his BTR-70 is looking for CB. It's probably hiding somewhere into this forest area. But being that it has some poor optics, to bring it for some BRDM-3s with good optics, it tries to see across. Flare swaps over here. Rommel's was basically seeing that there's a lot of stuff here. Basma Spear is coming over the IL-102. First missile misses, second missile misses, and the third one misses by the virtue of it flying off. F-15T Eagle is coming in, and that's going to be bombing right on top of my Subworthy, which I did see in the last second. So my Subworthy did take quite a huge hit. It's slowing down the enemy, but we don't have too much here to try to hold them off. Most of our forces are in the center, over on the right-hand side. So yeah, a lot of the opponent either went into the center as well, or all three of them went over here on the left-hand side, as you can see, are trying to hold us off. In the meanwhile, my Ondava is firing rockets overhead. Probably it was going from where this longbow was flying, as you see that the artillery was coming through, so he was a bit on top of it. I was trying to take out that, and it was annoying. IL-102 is coming in for the Mephistos. So those 14 500 kilogram bombs do a lot of damage. No vehicle's going to survive that, unless they're really heavily super armored. So it looks like the BTR-70 and BRDM-3 did indeed kill... Is that a CB helicopter? It might be using CB helicopters, which is interesting. Kurtnas is coming in with electro-optic missiles. And successfully lands right between the two of them. Oh dear. That's a tank. That BTR-70, you are screwed as you are going deeper into the forest. Well, he's HVMS, that's what it is. It's stuck in the mud, going to shoot at it. HVMS does not have a stabilizer at the moment he stops moving. It's destroyed. In the meanwhile, the enemy is continuing to bomb and push forward against us. Spetsnaz crew are engaging. I have some artillery shots landing here into the village. I'll cut them off. Spetsnaz crew are trying to retreat. But my Separati were blocking them from coming in. So now the Separati are going to try to engage with their flamethrowers against these infantry, but decide to instead retreat. So with these, we're trying to basically just hold our position, but as you can see, they are continuing to push us further back. These cheap French-style vehicles, very cheap, but they do have high rate of fire. They will be able to do quite a bit of damage. They're already on the move as cluster munition is landing right on top. F-15T Eagle, I saw that they were coming, so I split my LCR 40s, but instead they are going for the OT-64C. Does take one of them out. It does not hit my T-72 just yet. PU is firing at the Thunderbolt. One missile does hit. That is indeed a good hit for ourselves, and I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. Cluster munition is coming in. Looks like it's going for that Smirch that was launching a lot, but it's already on the retreat. And the enemy is pushing forward. Separately when we try to engage with their flamethrowers, hold them off, but just these LSTR-40s left. All they have is the SEGs. Because if you take out the commander para that were with them, BFP-2s are within range of the Legion 90s with their Eric's missiles, so that is pretty bad for them. EMPs are on the retreat as the LCR is continually firing. Their main guns that have a good bit of rounds per minute, but not as good as we hope. Bombs coming in, and direct hit. What BMP-2 is down as another IL-102 comes forward. Looks like he was trying to take out those command pads that were inside this town. There's a T-88 from T-80 coming up from the Badass Shrimp over here onto the left-hand side. So quite a bit of a battlefield over here on the left. They definitely want to push us all the way to the river. And I just continue to artillery this town to try to bring in more and more, to get rid of more and more of the infantry. I'm trying to bring in reinforcements, but I spent all of my points at the beginning, and we weren't getting all that many points. All we were doing was preventing our opponents from getting points from this side. My Strop 2 is starting to move up, trying to be able to get into this town to be able to provide some AA, but then I realized we probably have some ATGMs here. Badass Shrimp is moving forward his Ural 375D. I have artillery landing right where I think the ATGMs are going to be. Ural's coming forward, and it looks like the ATGM is already flying off towards this Ural. In slow motion, it takes it out. Direct hit, logs that target. Aardvark's coming in, dropping a bunch of the bombs. But my Strop 2 does indeed help take it out, backed up by my MiG-29. So, in a back and forth action with this wide open field, it's going to be a little bit hard trying to take out the enemy. We're trying to take out some helicopters with SU-27CU and the MiG-29, flying in good close formation. Flying overhead, this Kiowa I know has 4 hit points, which is exactly how much, or 5 hit point damage, 18 damage that this MiG-29 has. So if I can get one hit on that, I do indeed take out that ATGM. MiG-29 is flying around, but a Maz Whisperer does come up and does take it out. PU engages the Maz Whisperer and does take it out. Instantly drops it in an evac as AA, Manpads, and Mistrals are all being fired towards it, but the PU does indeed get away safely with 50% ECF. Constitutions are going to be making another push for deletion, but those cheap vehicles are indeed going to be cutting them down to ribbons. My T-72 has moved over here to the left-hand side due to the fact that, well, he's taking quite a bit of damage. Probably cluster munition and such. I spoke out this town to allow my Strop 2 to come forward, keep any Apaches away or any helicopters that could be a threat to my T-72. So it's going to quickly get into this forest area. Meanwhile, over on the right-hand side, the enemy is actually making a push. The HVMS with their amphibians has crossed the river, and the only thing to stop them is a Strop 2, which is, if you know, not enough to stop an HVMS. So we need to quickly respond to that retaliation. Strop 2 stuns up that target, engages as much guns as possible, but another HVMS does acquire it and quickly take it out. We need to definitely hold off against Dimitri. In the meanwhile, just more planes, and some automobiles are coming over here onto the left-hand side. MiG-29 and does indeed shoot down another high-expensive plane. Looks like an F-15 D-Eagle, or the D-Eagle. And as you can see, the enemy's still slowly pushing us back. I managed to get an MI-6 to cross the river. It's going to be repairing up this T-72 M1D, also refueling it as well. I wanted to see if I could get its health up so it can survive another bombing run. Mi-24P is going to be engaging this logistics with supply truck. So far, these Kokon M missiles, the most accurate missiles of the Soviet arsenal, is not actually living up to their par. Strop 2 is taken out by the Thunderbolt as an Aardvark comes in with his cluster munition. Takes out my T-72 as the PU does indeed fail to shoot it down. Well, with the death of that tank and no longer neutralizing that shot, there's no need for that Mi-6 to be in there anymore. So, it should be taken off any moment now. Well, but I'll be, there it is. I'm extracting it, bring it over, and I have some infantry raiding. I'm trying to smoke out to reinforce my tank, but now that there's no tank to defend, there's no real urgency to get these guys across anymore, so they're just going to stay here for a little bit. I'm going to keep smoking them out, keep them guessing what might be going on. So far, it looks like we're here and everything. The HVMS are pushing forward, but Badass Shrimp has some Conqueror's M missiles, which double as very, very bad anti-helicopter anti-missile support, but one of them does strike their target of the HBMS. The shot Cal Dalet is causing the BTR-90 to try to engage with its frag grenade. Shot Dalet missed with its main gun, as the T-70PU is moving up to try to take it out, but with that Peasant there, it has it backed it up. So all that's to stop it is the GRU with its RPG-26, and the shot Cal Dalet actually survived a direct shot from an RPG-26. Those things have 20 AP power. Very nice. Salamander is moved up by Grim Reaper. With his Kokon-M missiles, he is going to be trying to clean up these HBMSs. The Mi-24D is also going to try to cover over there on the left-hand side. Over here, it looks like a couple of my vehicles have indeed been taken out. MiG-29 flew overhead, trying to stop this Tesla B from taking out my vehicles and infantry. Moderna and Recon unit is going to be fired with his autocannon. MiG-29 is engaging the Basmet Spur. One of its missiles did hit the Tesla as well, and also takes up the Basmet Spur as well. So this AA unit has been very good. Already earned its strike to elite status for the number of planes killed that he has managed to achieve. In the meanwhile, the Washington was loaded up in one of these 5-point truck transports that were destroyed. Fortunately, most of the men did survive and managed to evacuate the ruined vehicle, and they are quickly limping home across the ruined battlefield, trying to make it back to the Mi-6, which is now going to be in prime position to go and repair, reload, and refuel all of these vehicles. Meanwhile, SPW is going to be moving up. Tor took out a Blackbird, which is coming across. Going to try to scout out, so that Tor, pretty good, but very, very thin over here on the left-hand side. I'm busy trying to rebuild up. Given that most of my units are actually amphibious, I can just go directly into this forest area, and if I can secure this, I can use this base of operation, push off against the enemy into Jot. Never give up on Jot. This is my side. I am full in charge of it. I wanted to take control of it. Meanwhile, we're trying to figure out who's going to put the CV into forest, as looks like some artillery was landing there into forest as well. Spetsnaz GRU is going to be going up against the HBMS, which is very good, because the HBMS does not have any HE whatsoever. It's only armed for penetration power, so they won't be able to hit the Spetsnaz GRU at all. That should be able to clear up their push over here onto the right-hand side. Pet's moving up. I actually unloaded the LSTR-40s to try to engage Pet using the SPW-80s as bait. The Iglets fly and do take out that Petin. So all of those Hellfire missiles are actually dead. I lost the SPW-80s, but that was actually fine. I didn't care if I lost them because I was trying to get rid of a 130-point helicopter, and I succeeded. Well, now the LSTR-40s are going to be heading back and trying to get more Igla missiles from this Mi-6, still repairing over here. Smirch is coming in. I wonder what he's going to be smirching. He's going to be smirching a town. Maybe try to capture a stray supply truck or anything, but I don't see any sparks that are flying around, so I'm pretty sure it's just infantry in here. People generally don't tend to leave vehicles in town, so just a flying smirch, not really working. Hello, we've got, looks like some Humvees moving across, or Hammers, if they're the Israeli kind. Just need to get close enough to see them. ATGM is flying to take out the BTR-70, so they do have plenty of ATGMs into this town to hold up back. MiG-29 is actually going for the Thunderbolt. Firing all of its missiles and cannons, and the Thunderbolt actually survives with 2 health because of its dang armor. It's able to survive all those missiles. SC-27PU fires its long-range missile, but that even misses the Thunderbolt, which manages to escape and live to fight another day. I was greatly annoyed by that. Humvees are moving forward. Washington 90 is going to be moving up to try to help out. LSTR-40s are also going to be engaged with their Vamper RPGs. IL-102 launches quite a bit of bombs over here into the middle side as I bring forward more and more vehicles. Right here I've got some OT-64Cs. They have some Conquerors M in them, and they also double as ATGM unit as well. And this is where I've decided I'm going to be clever. I only got 3 amphibious vehicles that can make the treacherous journey across the river, but I've got a bunch of squads of infantry. Well, I unload the Conqueror's M in a prime position to be able to shoot any vehicles that reveal themselves over this side of the river. And the LSTR-40s are going to load themselves up into these OT-64Cs, huh? You see where I'm going here? Now they're going to come across and they're going to try to make it across into this area. And then the vehicles are going to come back, pick up these Conqueror's M's and such, and make their way back. As an aardvark comes in, trying to go for the OT-64Cs. However, since that's all cluster munition and these vehicles were already moving, those bombs barely missed them, so thank goodness I didn't just lose my LSTR-40s. So now, it's time to make the treacherous journey across the river. I want to see how heavy it is. We kind of been scouting for it as well. A bunch of HE missiles are also coming in. There are some VABs that have revealed themselves, but the Conqueror's M are double as the ATGM support, and those VABs are quickly taken out as the OT-64Cs also engage with their missiles. They miss as they are stunned up. Conqueror's M are going to be engaging the VABs up here on the right-hand side and take that out. These vehicles are definitely trying to get onto the land side to unload their infantry. LSTR-40s make it. Vampire missile fires, misses the VAB, that's unfortunate. As the Massachusetts 90s has also escaped. One of the SCW-80s have gone down. All I have left is this 5-point vehicle. As I'm trying to hold them off, Thunderbolt is engaging the enemy forces and is on the retreat. As more Conqueror's M does take out another VAB, and my landing push does indeed fail. It was more of a scouting push than anything else. It just shows that they are dug in heavily into this area, so now it's time to retreat and stay in here. Razvika are going to be taken out by the Twin Hueys, unloading their Navy SEALs. However, with the Tunguska M, Navy SEALs only have a frag grenade. It should be able to take them out, but Urban Rumble decides just to be safe, it's time to go into the retreat with this Tunguska. I did have some more backup going to be coming forward to try to bring more infantry in case it was successful. Since it was not, well, they get to have the joy of shoring up the defensive positions over here. In the meanwhile, looks like we destroyed another CB in Anna, and then there's an CB right here. Well, my Onda was more than happy to acquire that location. And let the artillery commence. We're going to be trying to go over here into the center. I think it's another actual helicopter CB that's hiding there in the center. It was interesting because normally people don't get helicopter CBs because they're actually just plain up bad, but it's interesting to see some people actually use them. Yeah, they can double up as recon as well, but they're basically, they just can't hide. They're CVs that can't hide, which if you're playing Wargame, you're looking for CVs. In the meanwhile, we didn't like this forest, so we decided to set it on fire. It was a hot day today, and we decided, hey, you know what would be nice? Trees burning. IL-102 is going to be making another bombing run, since we already know there's quite a bit of infantry in there, but a whole lot of AA missiles come to screen it. Does shoot down the IL-102. Probably took out some of the stuff that killed it, but man, don't want to fly any planes near that area. As my artillery that is going to now be engaging the Mephisto, as it did destroy here its center. Was there anything? Yep, it looks like it was a CV helicopter. Interesting. And so cluster munition versus artillery. Who's actually going to be killing them? Well, actually, it seems like my precision artillery is doing the job. Cluster munition is pretty good, but it's more for an area where you don't quite know where the enemy is. Like, say, this forest. Well, they could be anywhere in this forest, so that's where the spread out cluster munition does help out a bit more. But, as you can see, the cluster could have killed the Mephisto, but just randomly decided not to do it. Drop 2 is going to be engaging these Black Hawk Chinook. Looks like they're going to be unloading their infantry. A bunch of bombs have come forward as the FJBs are also going to be engaging with their Strela 3s. So that is something to be mindful of. MI6, well, shaken up, but that's low on fuel, so might as well send that thing back for a refuel. Cobra is going to be coming across. It does have pretty dangerous rocket pods, but if the FJBs can get line of sight with the Strela 3s, maybe it can take it out. One does hit, and the targeting system's hit. That could definitely help. Another Strela 3 coming through, but it misses. Fortunately, rocket pods had pretty poor accuracy, so they still do their job quite efficiently, but the other Strela 3 does indeed take them out. Delta Force are going to be engaged by Irwin Augusta M with its twin 2A38M is going to be cutting apart those Delta Force quickly to shreds. As the MiG-29 is moving up with its bombs. We're dropping a load of bombs, and this is the difference between these and this is just by 12A, 13S. This is Napalm Bomber. This is Air Superiority Fighter. And it's just kind of interesting how sometimes they have the same designation for different roles depending upon the nation of that unit. Aardvark coming in, looks like it's got some cluster munition, but an S-27PU, which is low on fuel, is going to try to shoot down the Aardvark, will try to escape. Didn't survive, but the Thunderbolts are here as well. SU-27PU is also going to evac because it is pretty low on fuel. The Thunderbolts are going to be flying overhead. Scott 2AM, they're going to be coming up, and they're going to reinforce this area as well as they keep bombing more stuff. That was weird. Come on, I don't want to look at the Thunderbolts. Well, these logistics, they were going to come to repair the Mephisto, but my artillery did manage to take them all out. So I decided I want to take out that supply truck. Destroying one will destroy the other. It looks like a Mistral. Tried to hide into a river, but and sometimes that won't work because there's a little bit of incline on the river. Units can't see right here on the side of the river here, like this T-80, but it can see quite long ways into the middle of the river, as the T-80 also took out those supply trucks that my artillery was targeting. Looks like the T-80 is also going to try to get that logistics as well. First shot misses. It does get hit by the AMX-10 RC, but that pitiful amount of damage. But it did survive a shot from a T-80, so that's actually pretty impressive. The battleship could probably just left the T-80 there. No, he couldn't. There's the current S. The Tor is going to be engaging with its radar missiles as the 27PU does take that out. Coming in at the last second. Looks like we finally got our CV in the order as we are shoring up our position, and this is the Great River Divide. That's their half, this is our half, and this is unusual. Usually Red Fort is over on this side and Blue Fort is over on this side, but it seems that both sides managed to push all the way to the river on their respective sides. Bringing towards some PMP2, seeing that he has some stuff here. I'm thinking maybe we can push the Jot through here, get it that way, because this is not going to work out, because that is too far shut down. SU-27PU is flying in holding formation, ready to assist at a moment's notice. And I'm bringing forward an MI6 to help resupply all the damaged stuff. That's taking quite a bit of bombs and artillery over here. Looks like another Smirch is going to go over for that logistics supply trucks. Flying over here, and the Separate finally got into range over here onto this center area. Got F-16s and the Thunderbolts flying over, but the Separate are trying to move forward. And I really like this unit. Napalm, shock-trained, only shock-trained Napalm unit. What's not to love about it? And it's going to roast those light riflemen to bits. Scott 2AM who are moving out of the fort so that they can engage with their guns. The Thunderbolts coming in to try to take out the Shepherd Z or the Scott 2AM, but with the combined force of the Strop 2 and the FJB does take out the Thunderbolt, and the SU-27PU does take an AMRAM missile, does have to retreat. Shepherd Z are going to be trying to take out the infantry, but a whole bunch of Legion backed up by Fab. Shepherd Z are weak against vehicles, as my Scott 2AM are going to be moving back. They do take out the Mistral, so we are able to bring in air support, but the Shepherd Z are cut down as the Grim Reaper is trying to retreat. Scott 2AM is going to be engaging that Fab with those poor aim Malyuka missiles, but does indeed hit the first one on the first try. Now I do have a general idea if they're moving forward where they're going to be. So in comes the Napalm bomb. Going to blow up, and by Napalm does take out one of the Legion, which is backed up by another bomb by Grim Reaper. But the double Napalm bomb the area to make sure that we got everything and that they don't come forward. Machunson, we're trying to make a little sneaky push across, but there's a lot of cheap stuff there to stop them. We got some helicopters here as the F-15C Eagle is going to be flying overhead, providing their air recon. But Badass Shrimp, being the badass that he is, managed to sneak an entire huge Mi-24 Hind helicopter which is big and very poor stealth. Not exactly hard to spot. Managed to get all the way behind the enemy lines, and it has the ability to fly through trees. That is a very impressive helicopter. It's going to be flying around and trying to spot the enemy's sector here in Fedor. In the meanwhile, we've got some, I've got my MI6, which is repairing up here. Thunderbolt is flying overhead as this GRU are going to be engaging the VAB and trying to hold them off. Badass Shrimp managed to find the CB helicopter. Taking quite a bit of damage for the direct hit with that Fleta missile. So now that we've got disrupted their only reinforcement route, we have an advantage at the moment to press. Now some Commando Para going to be engaging against the Spendent GRU. Urban Rumble has to retreat them as my Scott 2AM instantly tried to move up to engage. The Commando's Para, if I can get normal speed, please. Scott 2AM is going to be trying to go after the Commando's Para, knowing they have like about 700 meters range. I originally was going to go towards them, but then I realized there's this whole river here. If they went down onto this riverbank waiting for a vehicle to come in, well, these Scott 2AMs, they are actually amphibious. So, how do you deal with infantry that are hiding along a riverside? Well, you go into the river and smoke them out with machine guns, of course. So the Scott 2AMs are going to take quite a bit of range. Commando Para have 700 meter range, and I was pretty aware of this. So I'm going to full advantage of the 1,400 meter range that the KPVT machine gun has, and it will just slowly whittle down those Commando Paras. Basically, get route sites in their recon. I've got to talk to them also in position, and we've got this area locked down good. Spetsnaz GRU are going to be providing eyes as the Mi-24D is trying to land and take over this fob. But unfortunately, there's a Thunderbolt with his Dingo. But before it could land, the F-15C did manage to target with his infrared missile. It was taking too long to fly. And I have to say, this fob, it's very interesting. Imagine an Israeli soldier, you know, you're in charge of the gas station, and you're like, I want to resupply, and you're in a fight, and you look out, and you just see a parked wreck of an Heinz just facing with you with rocket pods, and you're just like, yeah, just another day in the life of Wargame. That was just interesting to see. It's not every day that you see just a F-24D just parked next to your fob, or a wreck of an Mi-24D parking your fob. Ooh, cluster rounds barely missed some helicopters. That could have been nasty if one landed right on top of these Anfas. But looks like a lot of their vehicles are moving overhead. Oh wow, stuff's blowing up. Looks like some Humvees or Hammers or whatever, whichever nation is owning them. Spetsnaz GRU is providing line of sight. An Oshkosh is revealed. But he doesn't shoot that, shoots the Shinav too. Well, that's actually pretty valuable. Taken out. Oshkosh is now taken, but it has no fuel, so that was actually kind of pointless. R-29s and Macmuts, you are very close to GRUs. You're not going to get your mortars down close enough to stop them. Thunderbolt was engaging the Oshkosh. That was certainly interesting. One Macmut is down. GRU is firing another RPG-26. That's also taken down. Thunderbolt's trying to get a gun run in. Testing still trying to shoot at the Oshkosh. Hello? This Thunderbolt has one of the best Gatling guns in the game. You should be using it on the infantry. Players these days. GRU is on the retreat, but it's revealed, even though he clearly got into the forest, so he's gonna have to retreat a bit further. Hey! Thunderbolt managed to get the VAB. Good job, son. You nailed it. As the GRU is Badass Shrimp is going to be flying back, they did manage to pull a CB into Fedor. It looks like our reinforcements are going to be flowing in once again. MiG-29 is going to be doing a bombing run on where I thought the ATGMs are, or AA beaches. Does successfully get them, and I was doing that so that I could get my Salamandra in. I lost the MiG-29, but I wanted to get rid of this Avenger. The Avenger is 45, got short range. 3 easy points for my Salamandra. Unfortunately, there was one more AA unit, and so that Salamandra did indeed get shot down. That was unfortunate, but looks like like a Anfa went down on the blue core side. And it looks like Battleship is also making this push over here onto the left. But they are too locked down, so those BVP are not going to get across. In the meanwhile, we are preparing for a push over here onto the right-hand side. We decide, well, they're going to be defending this pretty hard. Let's go and try to get them into their flank. Smirch is firing. Oh no, they've got missiles going for where the Smirch was, I'm guessing. Urban Rommel, keep moving your artillery because it's certainly paying off. They're trying to counter-arty it, but that's not working. On top of it's also been hard at work, firing lots of shells. And now I'm going to try to make another push, try to see if I can get across the enemy. Conqueror's M is going to be engaging these Resi with their missiles. One does go down, and the Scott 2 AM. They're going to be firing. Only 53 rounds of those KBT machine gun ammo left. And the last of the Resis go down, and they only have 6 bullets left into their main gun. But they've got 7 Malyuka missiles. Going to be able to try to defend these BMP-2s, which have mock shoots in them. If I can get into this forest, I smoked it out. But here comes the Thunderbolt. And Scott 2 AM fired the last 6 rounds with guns, but that didn't work. So they decided to fire their Malyuka missiles, and both of which missed. Thunderbolt comes in, does take out my BMPs as they're trying to cross. Scott 2 AM. Fire another Malyuka missile, all panicked up, misses entirely as my push does indeed fail. But this Conqueror's M, which is providing some overwatch position, fires and misses a bad T-20. Oh, come on, you can get it. That's about the same point as you. Oh, maybe not, but... Oh, the missile flew right over its head. Well, now the missile's going to need to fall back as my Prams and my Ondava is just artillery whatever within this village, and basically saying, yeah, this is what would have happened to you if I could actually get my troops there. Over on the right-hand side, we finally listened to my allies and say, you know what, we're going to make a push on the right. And I said, sounds good. This fighting at the river, not as fun as it's all cracked up to be. More Anfas are sacrificed to the glorious god of scouting, of suicide scouting. But we are winning the points game. That is definitely good. We've got about 7,300 points to their 4,235. So we are slowly but surely pushing our way across towards the enemy's position. And we've got a bunch of HE bombs going to be landing, panicking and weakening anything that is in that forest. A little early though, as we don't actually have any troops to come across. They are still en route, driving along the road, obeying all the traffic laws, waiting for the light to turn green, essentially. RM70s, yeah, a little too early, so hold off on those, though they are very good for smoking, as well as high explosive, so very versatile. Yep, 3 types of Marines. We're not going to be pushing to shot anymore. Looks like some artillery is going to be coming against these BTR-80s. My Mi-6 is taking off, and I decided, well, this is a long drive. Why don't I just come over here and resupply all of my units and such before they do their push across into center. Especially with these Prams low on fuel. They're coming across. So I'm going to speed this up because we are all just moving to get our stuff into position to make our push across. The Bell, they're also scouting again. Scouting is doing that kind of good for scouting, so that you know what the enemy has across, but you only really need to send 1 helicopter. You just basically send 1 suicidal helicopter across, see what shoots at it, so you can gauge their AA strength and see whether or not it's safe to bring your more expensive stuff across. But if you keep doing this, when at first you don't succeed, you're not going to succeed. It's just silly. SU-22M takes out the Macbeth. That is definitely good. Pick off. But yeah, if your first helicopter comes, if X happens, and the answer is Y, if you don't change what's on the side variable of X, Y is still going to happen. unless they're trying to use up the AA missiles of the Tunguska and such. But that's not going to work because there's so many Urals here. Anyways, smoke is coming out. I've got some prams going to be, they sucked up all the fuel for the Ural. The lucky artillery shot did take out the UAZ, and this is why I don't like the UAZ, because it is just so easy to die to a stray artillery shot as the Mi-6 is going to be moving forward. And resupplying the Ural, basically I took Badass's ship's supply, so I'm going to give him my supply in exchange for thanking him for resupplying my mortars and giving them some rounds. So now we've got a bunch of napalm. This will block this area, but oh, ATGM missile flies across, barely misses a BTR-D. More of the my prams are moving up. I'm going to be poking out just in case anything else is into that forest area. And it's time to take out the ATGM. More mortars are coming across. Looks like Badass Ship has a Basilisk, which is also going to be popping smoke. As well as, well, my regular mortars are also going to be engaging there. Drop 2, taking out an ASMO, which is trying to engage with this Mag 762. But this Drop 2 is the king of saying no to helicopters. SPW-80s, going to try to make it across. And it doesn't look like any ATGM are flying across. Up there it goes. But it does need miss because the smoke here is in view at the last second. Here comes another missile. Does take out one of my SPW-80s, but the LSPR-40, which, through the miracle of science from the bridge, jumped instantly onto the beach. So he's already across. My other SPW-80 is taken out. It's another LSPR-40. 5-man squad is still, is now out into half strength, all panicked up. Now there's a lot of frag grenades that are going against these BTR-Ds. It's actually telling me exactly where they are. In the meanwhile, Badass Ship has crossed the river with these BTR-80As, found their TACOM squad, was able to quickly take them out. Shanav 2 is trying to run, but those BTR-80As should be able to chase them down. Unload some Moskaya Picotas. Actually, I think we could just kept them in and keep charging forward. ATGM missiles are trying to engage. One go that takes out the Tunguska, the other go that takes out the Strop 2. And that's all of our AA. Well, it would be if I didn't have all these LSPR-40s. That was pretty good shots on their part. BU takes a shine shot from those ATGM missiles. But finally, the, oh no, T-72BU took a rear shot. Scott took it out. One of the ATGMs is down, but the other one fired. Almost got a T-80 as well. That would have been terribly bad. But grenade launcher squad is going to be taken out by the SPW. Looks like the RM-70s are going to be launching the smokes as my stray mortar shot does take out the other ATGM squad here. Buratino's being ready by Badass Shrimp as he's moving forward. Knowing that, just moves my LSPR-40s up, ready for their England missiles in case they try to bring any planes, to be able to shoot them down. Crabs moving forward, going to be launching some more artillery into that area, but a bunch of HBMSs do take out my SPW-80s. T-80 is going to try to take them out. Very low on fuel. The HBMSs are going to get pretty close, and they've got pretty fast rate of fire. They can definitely whittle down that T-80 if they're not careful. Lots of fire being fired, but the T-80 is holding its own for now, but again, all these guns, those fast rapid fire, does take up the T-80. Buratino's landed, and the fire brigade has been suspended due to it being an active war zone. A Maggot 6 is moving forward, and time for me to assist. This is Mi-24W. He is going to be engaging the HBMS. I actually turned off the rocket pod so that it doesn't waste it, because all I need are those Tokon missiles. I then turned it on for the infantry that were into the building here, and also to take out the Maggot 6 that was coming forward. As we are pushing forward, we're being taking the charge. My LSPR-40s are not meant to take on infantry, but they will definitely stay back to provide English support. These are basically man pads, is what I'm using them for, as they are basically multi-role infantry. And looks like we are successfully getting across the river here. Got some infantry that are out in the open. Mi-24W has its rocket pod lined up at their sights. Those Tanzanium are going to be cut to shreds by stray rockets. And the Roviet 90s have also revealed themselves. Now the Mi-24W is going to be engaged with Yak B. by Grim Reaper's BMP-2s. One's a little too close to Roviet 90s, so those are going to be doing a bit of damage to them. Mortars are coming in, trying to soften them up, and the LCR 40s are also going to be engaging with Roviet. With this kind of weak infantry support, LCR 40s are able to engage with their main gun. Panicked infantry with 2 guns, there's no match for calm LCR 40s at close range. Magic 6 is going to be engaging in this kind of a coming in from the top hand side. Badass Strip is taking the right. Mi-24W is just providing sentry overhead. Can't quite land because there's knockdown trees over here onto the right hand side. Meanwhile, onto the left, it seems like they're going to be trying to move some Chinooks to try to sneak some infantry across. So we need to definitely take care of that. Ondav is going to be quickly lining up. My Kolos went the wrong way, so I actually had to destroy it. I didn't want them to have that supply. That was pretty annoying to discover. Because the Kolos was coming over to resupply this Mi-24W. Green Moon Reaper had moved the Machuten 90 to take out some infantry in here. They do have some frag grenade infantry, but fortunately Machuten are going to get pretty close to be able to take that out. The Bazak with Red Eye? That's interesting. That's a unit that's not very accurate, but pretty cheap. So, given that my Kolos went the wrong way, I am going to be dropping off my Mi-6 to resupply my M24W. As well as giving Grim Reaper and BMP a little bit of fuel so they can continue on its way. I'm moving an Mi-24W to try to assist the Machuten, trying to engage with its main gun. The next is going to be trying to engage with the Red Eye, but looks like from right there, there's some AA. One hits the Mi-24W and another one hits the Mi-24W, so it goes down. And meanwhile, the other one is refueling up. The LCR 40s are also going to get some new men, so new men are being offloaded by this Mi-6 to reinforce their ranks. Ka-52 spotting for this Akula, which is actually almost out of its 12 Vicar missiles. SU-27M is flying overhead, ready to shoot down tanks and planes alike, backed up by a very strong SU-27BU. So, now that we are successfully across the river, we should be able to take that out. It looks like we managed to also take out the CV once again in Fedor. That, or they've given up and just removed their CV from Fedor, because all hope is lost. Red Corps is across the river, as a number of them are indeed leaving. Mountain LCR 40s are all fully squatted up. They are going to be making their way across, and they are going to be engaged by a tank. So quickly I'm moving up. The Mi-24W, now fully rearmed from that Mi-6, is going to be providing overhead support for the LCR 40s. Rocket Bot's going to be engaging those lasers. The Kokon missile does miss initially. The second one misses as well, but the new target is going to be acquired is the Merkava, which, with 60 front armor, they were pretty able to stand these regular Kokon missiles that are coming in. Rocket pods are also coming in as well, and it's down to 1 armor strength left. As the last Kokon missile does indeed hit all 4 of those missiles spot on as the Mi-24W only has 1 Kokon missile left, and it misses it. But the LCR 40s have shifted gears. They're going to be trying to get closer to these blazers. My Mi-24W is going to be moving up because its Yak B does actually, with its 1 HE power, can do a bit of damage to the top armor of that tank if it can get close enough. But the LCR 40s with their Vampire RPG-29 missiles should be able to take that out. And meanwhile, Grim Reaper is going down and engaging these Chayat 13s, or rather the other way around. That's interesting. 770. Machuten have a little short of range to be able to engage those Chayat 13s. But we are forcing our way across here. Finally, the Machuten have managed to get their LSD 944 into range of these Chayat 13s, which are trying to retreat and find a building that's not on fire. High explosive missiles are going to be coming in, and those Machuten are not going to have a good day, as we're going to just keep pushing forward. Massive, overwhelming victory on our part, but we've crossed the river after some preparation. The enemy was probably not expecting us to cross there, as we have been pushing and prodding over here all day long. Akula being spotted by Ka-52 is going to be engaging Looks like a Mistral is going to be engaged. One hit did hit the Kula, but the second Vickers missile did take that out, so that was a major headache gone on their part. Leclerc is trying to retreat, and I say keep eyes on that because I actually have an Su-22M Sierra 30 AP power TV guided missiles. This thing is going to go straight for that Leclerc, and all I need is to just keep eyes. I'm trying to not fly directly over Jot, and he lost eyes. Sierra 30 quickly needs to divert to the left. AMX-10 RC engaged these BTR 90s as the Kula did take that out. The Kula's not going to engage that Leclerc. Sierra 30 quickly going to turn, going to fire that Leclerc. Both missiles fire. Only one hit. Akula is also fired but misses because trees make excellent deterrent to laser guided missiles. Last Vickers missile misses, and that Leclerc lives to see another day for the time being. They managed to make a push over here into the forest area. Only these FJBs are left to engage. And Tunguska M has its radar guns off, so couldn't even engage. My newest full retreat. They are very slow, and we do definitely not want Candlelight to take them out. We need to be able to respond to that force into the center. Meanwhile, the LSTR-40s did actually manage to get all the way and taking out quite a bit of stuff here as Weddy. M8 AGSs are going to be engaging these infantry with their very fast rate of fire. Going to stun up those infantry and take them out quite quickly fast. But looks like my Mi-24W, backed up by Mi-24P, is also coming over onto the right-hand side. Well, still holding defense, Nuas are still on the retreat. Clark is engaging the BTR-90s, which are coming across. SU-27M manages to take that out, but gets shot down for his trouble. Did manage to last second take out whatever vehicle is here, which I will never ever know because the shrub is too dense, and as we all know, trees don't catch on fire. And LSTR-40s are going to be moving up, trying to engage the M8 AGS. It is indeed spotted. One does go down. The Vampire is going to be quickly reloaded. Another is fired. Other M8 AGS is taken out, and the Oshkosh is now captured, instantly allowing us to convert their, well, I imagine our Stinger missiles into Igloo missiles, because that's how physics works. And a little bit more cluster munition trying to take out the artillery, and the enemy forces is crumbling around to us. We are beginning to slowly push our way forward onto the left. We're flanking them over here onto the right-hand side. KA-52 and AKA Kula are going to try to engage any enemy forces. Celtic managed to hit the KA-52, but Celtics die to one hit to the KA-52 missiles, whereas the KA-52 does not. Giant 13's 2 men to try to hold off the enemy's push here, as more of my helicopters are going to be coming across to the left-hand side. Kula firing its Vickers missiles against an M35. Interesting choice of target. Meanwhile, my helicopter is going to try to quickly move up to assist them as the cavalry scouts have opened up with their M16. Now these guys are actually pretty armored, so some M16s are not really going to be much of an issue. So they're just going to continue on and actually do quite a bit of damage to them. And finally got that M35 after all the missiles that were fired at it. So I'm just going to move back my helicopters to the right as the last of the enemy surrenders. Where that was certainly an interesting game. That left side certainly racked up my losses, but I managed to scrape out a positive, playing it smart, taking down lots of expensive units. And let's see how it went. My Ondava, pretty on target, took out 2 helicopter CVs, and even my own Kolos that turned traitor. They tried to drive for freedom, was not going to allow them for that. My T-72 M1D actually got a couple of kills on some transport vehicles, so that's what I love to see, having a CV be able to have some kills on its board. Saprothi, Sturmworthy, taking out some Legion 90s. Very, very good anti-infantry infantry. And MiG-29s, oh man, they shot down so many planes and helicopters. Could not have done this without them. Conqueror's M's also shot down so much stuff. And the MiG-20, the Mi-24W, it took out quite a bit of stuff. Provided some excellent support. And yeah, LSTR-40s taking down vehicles and helicopters alike. So that was a good game. I hope you all enjoyed that. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below if you want to see more Wargame content. And make sure to click that little bell icon to make sure you don't miss a single video that I upload. And I'll see you all in the next video.